Good evening, and welcome to Shea Show Real Talk, where real talk can get real sometime. Especially there are folks out there, and they know who they are. When when I get real, it's just like, wait a minute. So I'm gonna break it all down tonight about what real is and how to recognize real, and still want to be part of something grand and help people. I mean, whatever. Because everybody needs somebody to talk to. Everybody has an issue or a problem. Everybody. There are some that's worse off than others. They need somebody. You know, and I tell you, people make it so hard to want to help them sometimes. I mean, really do. I mean, really do. And example, everybody know my cousin ripped me off. Everybody know that already. Y'all know why I'm not screwing with him anymore. Because you watch what happened. You seen how it happened. You know, and the money that was involved. And this is my first cousin. My mother and his father, brother, and sister. See, so they say family will do it to you quick some fucking time. But I mean, damn. I mean, that's close. You gotta learn how to trust somebody at some point. And that was unfortunate. So I talked to Chris, Donald. Who else came to me? And somebody else came to me and said, your cousin came to me and want me to do a job for him somewhere. And I said, nah, man, I can't do that. I can't do that. I said, you told him that? Yeah, man, because of what he did to you. I don't want to fool around nobody like that. If he can do that to you, he'll do it to me. I said, I know I get it. But don't let me stop you from making your money. Because now you know what time it is with this person already. You know what the rules of the game is. Right? So yeah, I said, don't let me stop you from making your shit. You know what kind of guy he is? Just get all your shit up front. He know what you can do and how you do it. Get all your shit up front. Every fucking dime of it. Get it up front. And make that money. Other than that, then don't. But like I said, you can create the rules of the game now. So that was still my way of saying I want these guys to still get their money. Don't do. I appreciate it on my account. I really do, but don't let me stop you from making your money. Just long you can keep things in perspective. That's the way I look at it. You ain't gonna stop me from making my loot. No, ain't gonna happen. No, I know what time it is out here. Shit. So I'm trying to see how I can approach this. I should tell people all the time. And Leonard, I'll start with Leonard. I said, as long as you don't leave my, I'm gonna get a little raw tonight, y'all. So so this is real. But most of you who understand and listen to me know this shit already. It's other people, it's new people who just don't really quite get it yet. But they will. They will. And I'm sitting here just thinking, this is something else. And you just you just in amazement sometimes. And I want people to get their money. I mean, no matter what. Because it's important. Money makes the world go round. It's not everything, but shit. You can't get by without that shit. Let's keep that shit real. So I'm sitting here. Ooh, man, this is going to be good. You'll never know who is in your presence. Oh, you never know who is in your fucking presence. In the midst of it all. Can be right there smiling your fucking face. Patting you on your fucking back. And showing that you can be one of the biggest supporters ever of the Shea Show. And you see this. And sometimes you get suckered into it. You get suckered. It just made me realize that I have to be really extra careful now. I do. I mean, I love everybody. Anybody who actually talked to me, know what I am and what I'm about. But I'm gonna have to just do things a little bit differently. Really, I'm gonna have to, because I don't want snakes in my circle. I don't. I don't. I don't want to have to fucking worry about being fucking bit in the thing I call my fucking circle. Mm-mm. No way. But it happens. The devil gets through. You don't see it some fucking time. So we have a couple family members getting right into this shit now. Who had a situation in the house. I'm not really saying any names, because anybody who actually watch all this shit unfold, when this person did a scope about it, and it's like, wow, really? Really? Is that what they are saying on the internet? Yeah, I just looked at it. I mean, I had a lot of people come to me, and a lot of people said, damn, Shea, this person really fucking blasting you. And we like trying to calm her down, like, no, what's going on? That's not Shea. Shea would do no. Did you call him? Did you talk to him about wherever this issue is that you have, so you guys can resolve it, and you don't have to get on social media announcing it? And it was right. A lot of people came to her and said, hey, this is the right way to do it. But no. This person wanted to proceed. I'm going to tell you about people. And just, despite all the warnings, right there, right the mindset, oh my God. Despite all the warnings that's sitting right there in front of them, I'm still going to do what I got to do. And Leonard was like that. I told Leonard, I said, Leonard, to leave my shit right, you don't have to worry about it. You know what I do? I ain't going to put you on blast as long as you leave my shit clean. And even if it's not the cleanest, we good. But just leave right. Well, he left. You see the mess he left. And I even said ahead of time, as long as you don't do nothing extra stupid, I'm not going to put you on blast. Even though you left my shit fucked up. He did the same thing. He went on social media. Shea this and Shea that. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck Shea. I mean, oh my God. It was crazy. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. I said, a lot of people said it before. They said, you know what, Shea? That damn Leonard's a fucking nutcase. You know that, right? I said, yeah, I guess I've seen it and shit, but I was just trying to get a motherfucker the benefit of the doubt. I mean, that's what I do with people in general. If I know you're crazy, I'm going to find a way to deal with your craziness. I'm going to try to get in your mind and see what's going on, see if I can help you. That's how I look at this shit sometimes, especially with a guy like Leonard. I mean, you guys know the story. He came here from Buffalo, New York. He wasn't from here. He never even been to Detroit. I'm doing a video. Me and Dave, what the fuck is it? Hazel Park. And this is my earlier days, a little earlier. When my phone rings, back then my phone rang all the time and I would answer it. So I answered, I said, hello? He said, hey, this Shea? I said, yeah, man, this Shea. Who this is? He said, that's Leonard from Buffalo, New York. I said, hey, Leonard from Buffalo, New York. What's going on? I'm in the middle of a video. He said, I'll tell you what. When you get through, just give me a call. And I'd like to talk to you about something. I said, okay, no problem. He said, oh, okay now. Just Leonard, sign out. So he fucking gone. So I commenced to doing my video. I ain't thought no more about it. At some point, my phone rings. Maybe about 15 minutes. I said, hello? He said, Jay. I said, yeah. Oh, bye, this Leonard from Buffalo, New York. He said, yeah. You said you're going to call me back. I said, man, I was still tied up, man. He said, oh. I said, what you want to talk about, man? He said, I want to get a place down there in Detroit. You want what? I said, no, then. I should have known then. I want a place down there in Detroit. You got a place? I said, what the fuck am I playing along? I said, yeah, man, I got several places, man. What can you spend? He said, remember leading him on. He said, I spend $500 a month, 500. I said, okay, no problem. I said, oh, this guy's a fucking crackpot. So I'm just playing. I'm playing along because I said, who does this? He said, if I send your PO box information, I'm gonna send you $500. I said, all right, man, send me $500, right? Oh my God. And I hadn't checked my P.O. box like in 2 weeks this particular week. I wasn't expecting a lot of shit. And I said, let me go to my P.O. box. And I get in there, there was this fucking money order from Leonard for fucking $500. I said, hell no, it can't be this goddamn easy. I mean, I could be the biggest con on the fucking face of the planet if I get like 10,000 Leonards. But nope, I'm trying to be nice. Do the right thing. I called him up and say, hey man, you sent me $500. He said, yeah, I told you it was coming. I said, but I didn't know you were serious about wanting to play. He said, yeah, I'm coming. Matter of fact, I'll be there next Thursday. However that shit went, I mean, it was crazy. And that's how Leonard came to be. But my point is, he fucked my place up. And even I said, you know, I can deal with certain things. And we're going to be good, and I still won't put you on blast. But when he went on and started talking about me, I mean, that was like really, it didn't bother me. I said, well, what a dummy. What a dummy. And I blasted him so bad, I mean, he started threatening me, and who else was he threatening? Was it Roberto or was it just me? Probably was just me. Oh, man, I had pissed him off something awful. But I told him, I pre-warned him. Well, like this other situation that I'm getting to right now. Well, these people was in a situation, and the house burned up, or the top part of the house, or something like that. So immediately, people start reaching out to me and say, Shea, can you help them? They're in a bad way, got nowhere to go. I said, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. And so I think another couple of days went by, whatever the hell it was. I think they ended up over there, that person's aunt house. So that's where they currently stand. Well, I knew they was in a situation. I knew they didn't make a lot of fucking money, just like Leonard. And I said, this is what I'll do for you. This lady is moving out of this house. She wants a bigger house, and she wants to move out of this house. Even though she had an incident over here. That's the lady where I did a video where her alarm went off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she went out there, and at that point, the guy was in her car, and she shot him. You know, so she's uncomfortable, and she wants more space. But I get that. That's random shit. That shit happens any and everywhere. You can't get past that shit in a lot of parts of Detroit. You just can't. Not for certain amounts of money, like $400 or $500 fucking dollars a month. But you're not gonna live like a king. You'll live halfway decent if you got a decent landlord, but you ain't gonna live like a king for $500. And it was crazy. So I said, you know what? I got a place. It's a nice place, and I did a video of the place. That's why they based all these claims off this video. And I said, I'm going over there so I can see what it is. So I went over there, and I commenced to talk about how she, you know, for a person who left, listen to the video. I said she left it pretty clean. This is a lot cleaner than what I'm accustomed to seeing. I think I even panned in the bathroom. I don't know if I went all the way in the bathroom, but I said this is probably the cleanest bathroom I have seen in a long time when somebody leave a place. Could have been cleaner probably in most people's eyes, I'm certain. But you see the previous videos. Look at Leonard. Look what Leonard did. I mean, you can see that. So it's just minor shit. So I said, listen, you can go ahead and I'll give you this place over here. And you can live out the month of June and just start paying me in July. I don't want nothing up front. I don't want no security. I don't nothing. I'm not asking you for a freaking dime. I'm saying get the keys and come on. At that point, when you get in, it might need some light painting, or the carpet might need to be cleaned. I said, but That's something that I would expect you to do, because I'm waiving over $2,000 in fees just to say here. So I'm showing right there that it's not about the money for me, because I threw $2,000 worth of fees away that I know they didn't have, and I'm saying I'm gonna be nice. Here it is. That's what love. That's what real family love supposed to be all about. And when I found out about this video, that they went in and said, "Oh man, this place is this and this place is fucked up," and and he wouldn't let nobody else move in here like this. And that's when people started questioning, like, "Damn, he do you like that?" Yeah, and I paid my $650. And I said, "Wow." She actually said that she paid me $650 and telling people that. I said, "Wow." So I'm thinking that they got into place already. Because I told Daryl 2 weeks prior, go ahead and give them the key. So I didn't know whether he had actually talked to them or not. So when I got that message about this scope that they just did, I called Daryl. I said, "Hey, did you ever open the door for them people? Did you give them keys?" He said, "I ain't never heard from them." He said, "I don't know who they are and what they look like." I said, "Are you shitting me?" He said, "No, nobody called me." He said, "I still got a place on lockdown. I'm waiting for them to call." I said, "Man, that person put out a video saying the house was in disrepair. They walked through and they walked through and it was messed up. It was nasty, and the poor steps. It was 2 steps on that little bitty house, 2 little steps. The step was messed up, and if I fall on these stairs, I'm suing." I said, "Wow, what fucking nerve! Wow, all that was said. That's incredible." But he said, "But they just texted me 10 minutes ago. It's funny." I said, "10 minutes ago?" He said, "10 minutes ago, they just texted me and said, can they still get the key?" I said, "So that confirms they'd never even been in the place." He said, "No, I never even took them in. They never called to set up nothing. They probably going by that little short little video you did. That's the only way they seen the inside of that place. They didn't come in here to see anything. So I don't know what they talking about." He said, "This place is pretty clean." I said, "Well, don't worry about it right now." I said, "The deal is off. The deal is off." He said, "You sure?" I said, "Absolutely. I mean, I'm tired of sticking my neck out trying to be nice and help folks, and then you get that. People, and then these are the same people who are around you when you got certain things going on in certain events, So it just makes you wonder. I'm just keeping this shit real, and you know who you are, who I'm talking to. I ain't tripping, you know. I'm just getting the story straight. I'm making certain if you're gonna tell a story, tell it all. Just don't tell the part that you want people to hear of the story, because there's a lot of different parts of the story. Just open the book, and you'll see the story will change. I know. So, man, don't all bets off. You know, it just makes you not want to help people. I mean, I'm really disheartened by that shit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, wow. I was hurt when I heard that. You know, and I said, all in the name of trying to help somebody. All in the name of trying to help somebody. Wow. And knowing I didn't receive one dime. Nothing. Matter of fact, because of the situation, I think like Salvation Army, I think it was some other organization too, to try to get together that help people like that come up with money. Move in money first, last, the whole 9 yards. And so when she called me, she said, "Well, this is what I want done as far as, what my rent is going to be, blah, 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 blah." I said, "Oh, so you found an agency that's going to pay all that money up front for you?" "Yeah, yep, mm-hmm." I said, "Oh, well, check this out. This is what we got to do. I still don't want a whole bunch from you, like I said. But if you're going to get X amount of dollars, I'm gonna let you keep. I'm gonna let you keep half of it. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do with it. I don't care. I'm not even gonna question what you want to do with it. But I'm gonna take this part and I'm gonna go in there. And I'll paint it. I'll put carpet in it. But that's what I'm gonna do because the money is there. I'm not gonna let you just walk around and just jack it all off. You're gonna make an investment in yourself right now. You know, I don't know why that was so hard. I had no idea why that was so fucking hard. But it didn't happen. So I don't know if they ever got that money or not. I don't know. I never heard no more about it. So I don't know. So I mean, it might have got over, but I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the system. We got a system to set up that you can get over with a lot of shit. You can get over with a lot of shit with the way the system is set up. You just have to ever be careful. Just be careful. Because the system is something else. And the mindset is something else. And I'm sitting here wondering, what can make a person actually do that? And actually say, this is what I did, this is what I gave this person. And knowing damn well, hadn't even seen me or Daryl. So yeah, that's that's kind of sad. But like I said, I'm one. You want to tell a story? Tell the whole story, not just the story you want people to hear. Life don't work that way. I mean, you're young, and I get it. You got a lot of learning to do. A lot of learning to do. Let this be a valuable. Let this be experienced for you. Just take this as a lesson. I'm not beating you down. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help educate you now, because obviously you don't know. So if a person really doesn't know, it's kind of hard to get mad at a person who just didn't know that was wrong. There's something going on there at an earlier age. Something going on there. Something. So, like I said, I'm not mad. Let this be an experience. I mean, this is a life experience. It really is. On what to do, what not to do, what not to say, when to say it, and just the plain old truth. Yes, it's bad. Some people don't have a lot of people in their corner to help them on no levels. On no levels. But when you get somebody like me who's in your corner, I mean, you can't fail. You can't lose. And I'm figuring like somebody willing to give all that up, all that love, all that free love, all that knowledge, don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. When I talk, I really don't like to waste my time. I really don't. And I think that's why I do the real talks. It's kind of hard for me to do a real talk. Well, let me say this. When I talk to people on the phone, this is who I am. I don't change. This is it. What you see is what you get. So I talk to people, and we started talking. Right, immediately, you know me. You know, I want to get. I want to know who you are. I'm gonna get deep with you. I'm gonna get deep with you. And some people like, wait a minute. You doing a real talk now? I said, no, I've been real talking all the damn time. You just ain't been listening. I've been real talking all the time. Oh no. This isn't no real talk. This is right for me. But no, with me, it's never personal. See, when I do these things like this, it's like I'm talking to each and every one of you individually, and you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to call no names of who I'm talking about if I'm talking about anybody at all. But this is real shit. It's real. What time is it? 24:45. Man, I'm doing pretty good tonight for me not done a real talk in a while. But You have to be careful. The end result is this: you have to be careful of the folks you call friends. You have to be careful of the people that you select to be in your circle. You have to be very selective of the people that you let inside your fucking circle. Because your circle, listen, your circle is all you got. Your circle is all the fuck you got. That's it. If you don't have the right things and the right people in your circle, your life is gonna be havoc. It is. And you're not even gonna know what happened. Because it's happening so fast, you don't know you got a snake within your midst. You don't know. You're still trying to figure shit out and still trying to grow at the same time. So you have to be careful because, again, I'm very selective of who I want in my circle. Very selective. I mean, this is really the selective club with me. Because I just don't sit and just talk. I mean, I talk to everybody. I talk to a lot of people. But I talk to a lot of people who don't have the right intentions, I'll say. You know, some do. Some are real blatant. I mean, real blatant. I can't tell you how many times somebody said, no, we get married, and that's that. I'm like, for real, for real? And for real. You say, I'll just wait. I don't care if it take like a millennium. I'm going to be right there. Just waiting. I said, oh, okay. God damn, yes, man, probably going to be waiting a long time. I mean, I don't, it might have to get you a different type of wedding dress. It might be black by then. I mean, I don't know. But everybody is different. I try to treat everybody the same. I told somebody this the other day. I try to treat everybody the way I perceive them to be. You know, and once you kind of analyze a person about what they are, I can analyze quick what you are, who you might be. You know, what your end game is. I pick up on that shit really quick. It don't take long for me, but I can be also intrigued. I'm gonna run across people like that because people like that are so used to being a certain way or maybe having a certain charge in life, and it might take some adjustment to say, you know what, I don't have to always take the lead. You know, and that's adjustment for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people, especially when it comes to relationships. Relationships, I say this all the time. Relationships are give and fucking take. They are. It depends on what you put into it, is what you'll get out of it. And there's always going to be something. There's going to be some type of excuse of why we didn't do it or why we didn't make it. I mean, sometimes it's just about chemistry. That's what it's all about. And finding that level, that balance. I talk about this shit all the time. It's balance. If you find somebody that kind of like gives you a balance, I mean, that goes a long way because there's so much that goes on in one's life that you need balance. You need somebody you can find that balance with. And sometimes we all got different personalities. We got stubborn personalities. We got timid personalities. But sometimes through all that shit, they say opposites attract. That's when you have to find the balance. That's when it's most important in a relationship, when you find balance. Because if your shit ain't right, oh, it ain't gonna last. I don't give a shit. Communication is key. You're right. Communication is one of the major things you have to do when it comes to relationship. Key. But damn, if you don't have no balance, it don't matter. At some point, it's gonna fade away if you don't have a balance. You have to. You have to. Life is like that. You got to learn how to balance shit out. If you get into a situation and you can't, that's why a lot of people kill themselves. They don't have fucking balance. There's no balance. They feel like, no, I'm not going to kill myself. Fuck it. You know, but if there's no balance there at some point to kind of catch you from going to that level, well, guess what? Boop, you out of here. You are out of here. So, again, I stress this all the time. It's about balance. If you find that right balance in your life, trust me, Trust me, you don't have to worry about nothing when it comes to relationship. It's done. If you and your mate found the balance, or you and that person that you're getting ready to get with, and you just got this feeling about him or her, and you starting to say, yeah, we might be kind of opposite. Yeah, this person might be this, and this person might be that. But I really like this person, and let me see if I can find some balance with this person. That's when the start of a relationship really starts. At that point, because now you don't determine y'all two different people. You done determined that already, but you enjoy each other's company. Well, at some point that's gonna blow up if you don't have the balance to weigh that shit out. So you gotta get real deep to find that balance to make it work. And I was telling somebody this not long ago. Some of the greatest relationships on the planet lasted, and it was because they had balance. And people didn't realize that, or understood it, or understood it, or understood it. Me, myself, I say this all the time. Me and my wife found balance. We were night and day. We were night and day. She's a church woman. I call her churchy. She's a church woman in church 3-4 days out of the week, glee club and bake sales and choir rehearsal, and I mean the whole 9 yards. Me, I was that person who kind of like, I was there, but I did what I wanted to do too. If I wanted to go out and shoot pool or whatever it was I was doing, or whatever it was, I know that I wasn't going to infringe on her time and make her try to conform to me, or vice versa. At that point, you immediately know you got to say, let me see if I can find balance with this person now. Because it's obvious that we're a night and day. Let's see how we can make this work. This church person versus this person who's not in church. Well, it never became a problem because we always found the balance. And once you find the balance, you don't have to worry about defend something that's finna hit your ass and catch you off guard. Find the balance first. You find a balance, you don't have to never even worry about that shit. And I'm a testament to that. After almost 34 years. Were they great years? Were they wonderful years? Hell no. Ain't nobody shit gonna always be good. We had our problems over the years. We had a good marriage. But we had our problems too. We had our problems. You just didn't see them. But we had our problems. We had our issues. But we knew that we loved each other enough to say, you know what? We let that balance kick in. So we didn't have to worry about being caught off guard with no stupid shit. We balance each other out like that. And I say that about any person who's thinking about getting into a relationship or pondering the thoughts. I mean, whatever. Make certain that when you're talking to that person, just try to find balance. When you're trying to learn a person, yeah, the physical is the first thing we know. We know what the hell they look like. We know the Pookie got a big old butt. We know that. We know Pookie got a little wedge in his pants and he's sagging. Some women like that type of shit. So you see all that shit. You know what you're getting already. Nowadays, you know what the hell you're getting. They don't have to conceal shit no more nowadays. Like, they putting their shit out there. Like, pow, this what I'm working with. What? You get women who they go in the damn wig shop. They come out with the gray and purple and green hair and shit. Then they go in there. This girl today, right across the street from my office, she just moved in a couple of days ago. Well, my buddy was sitting out there and said, yeah, man, I talked to the girl. She came over here because we had that barricaded gunman situation. Yeah, that girl came over here and I was just talking to her. And I said, what do you do? She said, I'm a dancer. He said, oh, okay, all right, no problem. So he lied, talking about, yeah, when I just tried to run her off, because I didn't want your ass hitting the damn corner and see this person sitting up here on the porch. I said, well, why would that bother me? That's somebody that you entertaining. Why would that bother me? I don't get that. He had kind of lost me on that one. Ah, yeah, but she a dancer, blah 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 blah, and I don't want to be bothered with that. So okay, for some strange reason, this motherfucker was sitting in my driveway for hours. For hours, I said, Daryl, he's still out there? Yeah, he's still out there. I said, what the hell are you doing out there? I said, been out there for like 3 hours. It's dark and shit. Music still blasting. He said, I don't know. And I said, dude, was you still sitting out there for everything all right? Oh, man, yeah, I'm getting ready to pull off in a minute. Blah. I said, yep, I'm just sitting here listening to the music. I said, okay. Well, I know his MO. I know my boy, right? I know what he all about already. So we all leave. And Daryl went to Kentucky Fried Chicken or something a little bit later, that at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night now. He passes by. Now, there's my boy back in the driveway. But this time he got Pooquisha in the car with him. And my brother called me and he said, yeah, he got him and that dancer sitting in the car in front of the office. Oh my God, that was so funny. He said, listen, and then I quizzed him about it today. He's like, I said, so yeah, man, so what you do last night, bro? Ah, man, I ain't did shit, man. I ain't did nothing. No, you ain't did nothing, man. He said, oh, man, I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. I said, I know you were sitting over here out front for a while. He said, oh, yeah, but I left, man. I left. I said, oh, okay. So I convinced her I left it like that. And then I left hooked his ass, right? I said, well, wasn't you and Paquisha out here last night about 10:30? He looked and like, how the fuck you know that, right? I said, I'm just saying. If you do what you got to do, bro. I'm just saying. So you didn't do anything. Like you said, you went back to the house. Oh yeah, man, that's right. She did come over here, man. Blah blah blah. And we just got to talking, and she gave me a number. I didn't want to take it. I said, well, why the fuck you take it then? Why you take it? I didn't say how I did, man. No, I don't know how I did. You tell me how it is. I don't get that. I'm just gonna be real. If I don't want your shit, I'm gonna tell you I don't want your shit. Period. I ain't trying to hurt your feeling, but it ain't laying like that. I got no problem doing that, especially if I don't know you. Oh, if I don't know you, I'm certainly not gonna have a problem telling you this if I don't know you, because you don't really know me. So I believe in being straight up and being straight and honest with people. To the best of my ability. I have to. I say this all the time. I don't have to conceal nothing. What you see is what you get with me. What you see is what you get. I might curse when I'm sitting doing a video, not a Shea Show video, but a Periscope maybe, or one of these real talks in the dark. And I'll talk a certain way. Sometimes people can think because I'm loud that I'm really trying to look down and maybe talk down to folks. If I'm loud, if I talk loud, because I am loud, and I say no, I don't talk loud. I would never talk down to anybody. I'm just excited when I talk. It's a difference. You gotta know the difference. I'm excited when I talk. I'm excited when I talk. I'm passionate when I talk. And I just want people to feel that shit with me. I want to take you on that journey with me. I'm passionate. So don't take offense to it. I had a lot of people, took offense to it when I actually talked to me because they figure like, damn, no, he's a rash. Damn, that's how. No, this is what if I was on Real Talk right now. If I was like right now, I ain't talking to no damn body. So I can get people to listen better now because I'm not conversate with nobody. I'm not trying to justify nothing. I'm being who I am right now, just being me. And everybody within the sound of my voice will say, that's Shea, being Shea. So I'm going to have those days where I might curse up a storm. Some people say, Shea, do you got to curse to get your appointment? Girl, I say, absolutely not. No. But if that's what I'm feeling, I'm going to do what I feel, not what you think I should be saying or doing. Because people criticize me all the time. Well, Shea, You really shouldn't curse. You don't have to curse to get your point across. I deliver my point any way I want to deliver it. That's the way I look at it. If that's how I want to make my point, I'm going to make my point that way. Because you know what? There are folks out here that you got to reach. And everybody on different levels. Everybody. So if I got to curse and then talk a certain way, at the same time, I'm communicating to two different groups. To two different groups. So this group A, don't worry about how I'm saying it and why I'm saying it like this. Because what you don't know, group B is getting something out of it. Because that's how they communicate on that level. So my job is to simply make you understand who I am. And what you see is what you get. This is me. So I tell people all the time, if you can accept me for being me, then we're going to be good. Oh, we're going to be good. Because when I do find that person, that soulmate, that person I want to be my fucking everything, they're going to accept me for me. And I'm going to accept them for them. Good or bad. But what's going to make it work is, what? Balance. That's all I want. Good night.